Hello and welcome back to the Save It for Parts channel, where today I am building a DIY Satcom antenna to listen to US military communication satellites. Now I'm doing this as part of my exhibit at Open Sauce, which is a YouTube science fair that's coming up at the end of July here. And if you saw my folding helicone video, you might be thinking, well, hold on a minute, didn't you already build an antenna for Open Sauce? Yes, I did. This is another antenna for Open Sauce because I'm going a little bit above and beyond. I am trying to have multiple DIY antennas in my exhibit, just because I like the event so much, and I want to show off a few different things. In fact, we're bringing all of this stuff and probably more out to California for Open Sauce. So we've got the folding helicone. We've got a 3D printed CubeSat, I've got the Yagi Uda antenna, we've got some other antenna feeds, and I have some Satcom antennas, including some commercial ones, and then a repaired one here that I put together out of a broken commercial unit. I also have the fully DIY unit up here on the roof that I made out of a street sign. But none of those are exactly what I want for this exhibit. I want to bring a DIY antenna, even though the commercial ones are nice and portable, they fold up really small. That doesn't really fit the theme of my table, which is going to be DIY antennas made from trash. And the other DIY one that I have up on the roof is definitely not transportable. Even the one that I repaired is not very easy to take apart and move around. It's got some parts that don't fold up anymore. So basically, I'm just going to start over, make one from scratch, probably using something like old tape measures, and see if we can get it both DIY, made from garbage, and portable enough to actually fit in my luggage. Well, at least those are some of the goals. Having it actually work correctly would also be good. So I guess there are four main goals of this project. I know someone in the comments is going to ask for a parts list and step-by-step instructions on how to build this, and that's not exactly how I work. I end up looking around the garage and finding pieces of stuff that I think will probably fit together, and then I have sort of a rough outline for the thing here, but this is all going to evolve as I build it, and it's probably all going to change as I see how things go. So I really only have the roughest idea of what I'm doing so far. I love how slick the little military units are here. They just fold up really small, and then you can fold everything out to deploy them, but I definitely won't get it this compact or well made. It will be a much more redneck version of this thing, but I am going to copy this one a little bit for the size and some of the dimensions and whatnot. Making most of the elements out of old tape measures, and this is easy to measure because, yeah, if I know I need this to be 9 inches long, it's already got the ruler right on there. So this thing here is called a phasing harness. We have a input or output, I guess in this case, because it's receive only. We have a splitter, and we have one leg that is 1 inch long, one leg that is 11 inches long. So the longer one is 10 inches more than the short one. And that basically delays the signal by 10 inches. So when we're going from one phase, one side of that cross dipole, that X-wing, one side is going to be a half phase out of alignment, or that's the theory. I'm not really good at the math on this. I read somewhere that one leg is supposed to be 10 inches longer than the other one, so we're going to see if this works. All right, I have soldered all 4 of the wings to the phasing harness, and I've got a whole bunch of hot glue in there kind of potting everything together, so hopefully that all stays in place. Now I'm going to put some heat shrink tubing on the arms just to keep them from being sharp metal things. Just basically make everything a little bit safer. Next, I'm going to build the ground plane. That's this bottom kind of spider web thing. And you guessed it, that is just more tape measure pieces. Well, that didn't work too well. It's actually kind of hard to cut or drill these things because once you start a hole, they're just really fragile. Yeah, these tape measures are really brittle once they're damaged, so yeah, I'm a little bit worried about the long-term durability of this, but I think for now it might work, but I kind of suspect if I'm folding this up over and over again, it's going to start ripping there at that hole. And there's probably a better way to attach these. This is just the first thing I thought of. So now I'm modifying a tripod mount with a little bit of bonus salsa jar lid because this is just getting jankier by the second. But this should let me mount the thing on a spare tripod that I have. All right, so the big question here is, does this work? Have I made something that I can bring to OpenSauce and show off and potentially let people use? Or have I wasted 2 days turning trash into other, more different trash? Well, let's hook it all up to the laptop and find out. Actually, yeah, that's working pretty well. I can see those Satcom transponders really clearly. I hooked up the actual military Satcom antenna, and there's basically no difference on the SDR waterfall. The signals are exactly the same. So yeah, I somehow managed to redneck together a Satcom antenna that's just as good as the multi-$1,000 military one. Let's see if we can find some Brazilian radio pirates.
Fala aí o que quebrou aí, qual o lado do cartão aí, fala aí pra mim mandar pra ele. Rapaz, diz o menino que é no diferencial dianteiro.
If you're not familiar with US military Satcom, it's actually kind of private CB radio for truckers in Brazil, because back in the 70s, the military didn't put any access control on these satellites. And Brazil found out that you can just buy cheap radios from Amazon, modify them a little bit, and talk to these satellites. So all the loggers, all the miners, drug cartels, like everybody in the country has them. And there's no law enforcement treaties with the US, so nobody really goes after them. It's also really big over in Europe. A lot of people in Russia use this. A lot of people in Eastern Europe use military Satcom just as their own private radio system. So it's much more common to find and hear pirates on here than US military traffic, especially unencrypted. Like, there is some military traffic still, even on the old 1970s system, but it's all encrypted, it's all digital, and some of the pirates have gone digital, but a lot of the pirates are still using just analog voice, and you can tune into them with a software-defined radio.
Aí o menino falou, pode subir, pode tocar pra frente, não é diferencial não tá estralando, às vezes deve ser roda, né? Aí eu mandei pra subir aqui, aí ele já ficou neutro, não subiu mais, e o cartão girando sozinho, começou a estralar, né? Ô, desceu. Copiou? Copiou, beleza. Aí tem que ver um mecânico aí pra ver o que é, né?
So as a Satcom antenna, this thing works great. It works just as well as the actual military Satcom antenna. But that was only one of the criteria. Does it also fold up the way the military Satcom antenna does? Like I said, I'm a little bit leery of some of these tape measures breaking, because I've clamped them, I've cut them, I've drilled holes in them, so I've wrecked the structural integrity of some of these, but I think we can still fold this up to some extent. We can fold in these top bits, and then we can fold up these bottom panels. It's a little bit tricky. I need about 4 hands to do this properly, but yeah, that folds up pretty small, and if I threw a couple rubber bands around this, I think that would transport pretty easily. It's honestly about the same size as the other one, although the tripod is a little bit bigger, and then if I release everything, it should spring back into position, hopefully without breaking. Yeah, we've got a little bit of a crease up here, so I can't do that too many times. It won't survive folding up and unfolding over and over. You know what, for a first try, that works pretty well, and I could always redo this. I think I am going to bring this out to OpenSauce, and I am going to let people play around with it and try to listen to Brazilian pirates on their own, so I think this is going to be pretty fun. This was a cool project. It's definitely a learning experience, even if it doesn't work exactly the way I want, it doesn't fold up quite the way I want. I think maybe I put the heat shrink too close to the edge. I think if I had left more tape measure here, it would fold up a little better and not put pressure right on the breaking points there. But yeah, lessons learned for next time, and it's perfectly functional for now. So yeah, we'll take this out to California and we'll listen to some space pirates over there. And I do have kind of a backup plan if this doesn't work for some reason at OpenSauce, or if we end up indoors. I did request an outdoor booth so we can actually set up antennas. I think we're going to get one, but in case we're like right up next to a building where there's no southern exposure, or in case we're indoors, I might end up doing a web SDR to stream the Satcom frequencies from that street sign antenna on the roof of the garage here, so we can at least let people still interact with the same spectrum. They'll just be doing it from a remote antenna instead of locally. So that's the contingency plan. I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping it stays together all the way out to California. I will have some other videos on open source. I'll try to do a full video about the convention, about all the stuff we see out there, about some of my other projects that I did. We've got 2 weeks to go, so I should start getting things ironed out and finalized, but I can't help but continue tweaking at things and continue building more and more antennas. I hope everyone enjoyed this one. If you want to build something like this for yourself, well, like I said, there are some improvements to make, so I wouldn't copy exactly what I did here. I would do it a little bit differently, and I don't exactly know how I'm going to make the changes, but maybe in the future we'll release a design for version 2. If you'd like to support projects like this and help out the channel, I do have a Patreon as well as YouTube membership, and those really help out. YouTube income from ads just keeps going down and down, and Patreon is a great way to help supplement that, so I really appreciate all of my Patreon supporters. If you want to see some of the other Satcom things that I've done with the DIY antenna up on the garage roof or some of the military ones, I have a variety of videos on those, and I'll put some links to some of those down below in the description. Finally, thank you to everyone out there for watching, and we'll see you next time.